Alright, so we actually placed the smart door down here. So I'm going to erase these things. So I'm using a green selection box to highlight all of them and hitting delete on my keyboard so that I keep my drawing nice and clean. That's also really good manners to have, is try not to have too much outside of the main drawing that you are actually trying to print and put onto a sheet. So always keep your drawings clean. So now that we have the door installed, let's add a window, and this works very much the same way as the door. Now I don't have a smart window to give you, so that means that we're going to be drawing all of our windows. So what we're going to do is we're going to center a 3-foot window on this back wall over here, so kind of the opposite side of where this door is. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to know where the center of this is. And I always go with the interior wall and mark the center from there. I'm going to be drawing in wall again, so that means that I need to change my layer back to wall. So here's a wall. I'm going to start a line, and I'm going to hover my mouse over the center, and you should see a triangle. If you do not see anything happening at the center, that means that it's not turned on down here on your object snap. So go to object snap, the little square with the square, and make sure that midpoint is checked. Once that's checked, you should be able to see that you can find the midpoint of any line. So I'm going to go with the dead center here, and I'm just going to draw a line very similar to how we did the door. Right click, enter. Alright, so that marks the middle of the wall. But I want the hole to be cut in the middle, right? So it's a 3-foot window. So that means I have to offset this line over 1 foot 6 inches on this side, as well as 1 foot 6 over here on this side. So offset, and it says specify your distance 1'6". That's all you need to put. Hit enter. Now it says select the object that you want to offset, which is this guy, and I want to go to the right, and then I want to click on him again, and I want to go to the left. Now this line and this line signify exactly where that window is going to be placed. And very similar to what we did to the door, it means that we need to trim this out. So I'm going to hit escape to exit the offset command, and I'm actually going to get rid of this center line. I just needed it to help me center the window. So delete. And very similar to how we did it with this, we're going to come up here and we're going to trim this out. So trim, exit, exit. I always say exit because it's always got a little red X on it, so exit, get it? Okay, so now I have a hole just like you would be if you had a wall and you needed to put a window into it. And it's important to have the wall layer on the sides of the window. That'll come in handy, and you'll understand why when we go to do like things like reflected ceiling plans. Alright, so now I'm just gonna draw the window in. Windows are so easy, you're gonna love it. But we need to first start with the correct layer, so that's the A glaze. Remember that windows are called glazing in architecture, they're not necessarily called windows. If you made an A window, it's not the end of the world, but just know that A glaze kind of is what we use for windows in design and AutoCAD. So A glaze, line, specify. Here we go. We're just going to draw a line here. We're going to draw a line here. And we're going to draw a line smack in the middle. So again, make sure that your midpoint is checked. And that is what a window looks like, ladies and gentlemen, in floor plan view. Not too bad. So here we have a room showing the wall thickness. We have a door and we have a window installed right into it. I would love to see you guys practice making more rooms with different sizes, maybe more windows, different sized doors. Just remember the things that I show you in these videos are designed to help you be able to apply what you learned to new problems. The last thing that we're going to do in this video before I say adieu is we're going to save this particular file. So I'm going to go up to the big red A, and I could do save, but right now I'm in the ID template and I want to keep a nice blank template. So I'm going to go to save as. Save as allows us to save copies outside of the original drawing that we're working in. So if I wanted to, I could add it here, and let's type in our naming system. So ID 230 if you're in my class. This is the fall semester, so I put an F, and I'm going to put 2 X's, but you go ahead and put the last 2 digits of your year that you're taking this class, and underscore. We could just call this practice, and then your last name. That's my basic naming system that I want you to follow. It helps me keep track of things for our CETA accreditation of our program, and also helps me keep track of whose drawing is whose. Alright, so go ahead and save. If you don't want to save in this folder, just use this little scroll bar and find where you want to. Like if you want to go to the desktop, you can save it here. If you want to create a new folder, make sure you use the create new folder and then just name your folder. I'm going to name mine Percy. That's a cute little folder name, Percy. Then you click inside, and then this is where you can actually save your drawing. So just make sure you're saving it where you want it to and hit save. Now, if I exit out of AutoCAD, I can still come back to this drawing by finding where I saved it at and opening it up. And that's basically all there is to creating a room. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use more shape commands, and we're going to start learning how to put together furniture for you.